Hi everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the accounting in a very quick time. So if you see the basic definition, accounting is considered as the information system which records, classifies and summarize the financial transactions. So it helps the business to measure profit and to know the financial position of the company. So generally it is useful for the users to make the decisions. And if you see the origin of business transactions, normally if you here we can see an example, a shopkeeper supplies goods and the customer pays the expenses. So every accounting process starts with a business transaction. So transaction occur when economic activities happen. So normally, as I mentioned, the example buying goods or selling products or paying the expenses. So accounting starts with a business transactions. And business transaction is nothing but an economic transaction. If there is no business transaction, there is no accounting. So if you see the basic accounting cycle, it starts with identifying the accounting transactions. So as I mentioned earlier, only transactions with monetary value are recorded, like the purchase of inventory, payment of salaries, receipt from customers. So normally in order to record these business transactions in company books, we need some evidences. So these are the proof for the business transactions like invoice, bill, receipt, voucher and bank statement. Now if you see the accounting equations, this is one of the major important thing every account or finance students need to know. So accounting equation, assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Capital can also be known as equity. So liabilities are nothing but the sources and assets are nothing but the resources. So generally business resources are financed by the owners capital, that is equity, and the external borrowings nothing but liability. So look up Asiolo, he introduced this double entry system in 1494. Now what is this double entry system? Double entry system means every transaction affects two accounts. It affects two accounts. One account is debited, the other account is credited. So it means every corresponding debit will have a corresponding credit and a corresponding credit will have a corresponding debit. Now you can see the book of pro forma for this particular journal. The first the part or nothing but the first step in accounting is nothing but journal, which is also known as book of original entry. Here you can see an example, purchased goods for 10,000 where we debited purchases and we credited cash. So it means if the cash is going out, we generally need to credit it. Always do remember, if you have any confusion in recording the journal entries also, if cash is going out, credit it. If the cash is coming in, debit it. So normally the proforma, if you see, the proforma of journal includes date, your particulars, debit and credit. So we always record the journal entries in chronological order, nothing but date wise. So where we put the date of transaction, accounts involved, either debit or credit. Then after journal, the next step is we need to classify the business transactions. All similar nature business transaction will classify as particular accounts. So ledger is nothing but the book of principal. So journals are transferred to ledger. Then ledger group similar transactions. Nothing but all similar transactions will put it under single ledger. Suppose example all purchases will show it under all credit purchases will show it under purchases, all cash purchases will show it under purchases, all sales will put it under sales, all salaries will put it under salaries, all cash transactions will show it under cash account. Then if you see the three major types of accounts, which are personal account, real account and nominal account. So personal account deals with debtor and creditor, real account deals with assets and liabilities, and nominal account deals with expenses and incomes. So after ledgers, we need to balance the ledger. So total debit and credit we will be calculating, and the difference is considered as balance carried down, and this will be carried to the next month or next year. Then preparation of trial balance. So trial balance is nothing but the collection of all closing balances of ledgers. All the ledger balances we will be putting under trial balance. So when you prepare the trial balance, all expenses and assets will show it under the debit side of trial balance. All income and liability will put it under credit side of trial balance. So both total debit and total credit need to be tallied. So after preparing trial balance, we will be looking into detecting of errors also. There is a possibility of error of commission, error of omission, or compensating errors. So we generally use the trial balance to understand, is there any errors in that? Is there any calculation mistakes in that? Is there any transactions which are omitted? Then there is one other important topic, that is adjusting entries. So there are certain adjusting transactions like depreciation, accrued expenses, prepaid expenses, and outstanding income. Then after considering the adjusting entries, we will be going with adjusted trial balance. So trial balance updated with the adjusting entries. Now it is generally used for preparing your financial statements. Now the first part of your financial statement is income statement. So all revenue and expenses. We try to show expenses in the debit side of income statement, and we try to show the revenue in the credit side of income statement. So revenue minus expenses is nothing but profit. So whatever difference is there, either we do consider profit or loss. Suppose if your expenses are more than revenue, then it is considered as loss. And if revenue is more than expenses, then it is considered as profit. So all the revenue related to that particular accounting period will be showing similarly the expenses also. Then the most important, the statement which shows the financial position, that is balance sheet. So balance sheet can also be known as statement of financial position. So balance sheet is prepared on a particular day. So generally at the end of the year. Suppose if you take financial year end, that is on 31st March of the year, then on that particular date, what is the position of the company? So how we can know the position of the company? By considering the assets, liabilities, and the equity. So you should remember that balance sheet need to be tallied. So as in the previous slides, also in accounting equation, we learned that total assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Then we will be preparing another major statement, that is cash flow statement. So we cannot just evaluate the performance and the position of the company only by considering the profits or assets or liabilities. We need to know how much cash the company is generating, how the company cash is coming in, and how the company cash is going out. Nothing but what is the total cash inflows and total cash outflows. So we generally categorize these particular cash flow transactions under three heads, that is operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. So operating activities, nothing but all the activities, cash inflows or outflows connected with the basic operations of the business. And investing activities deals with the total amount invested in assets, nothing but cash outflow for acquiring the assets and cash inflow by disposing the assets, or any other non-operating income if the company receives, like dividend received or interest received on FD, we'll be showing it under investing activities. Then financing activities. So the financing activities are nothing but if any if the company issues shares, so whatever cash they collected, the cash inflow through shares, is financing activities. And if the company borrows a bank loan, that is cash inflow from financing activities. Or if the company repays bank loan, that is cash outflow on financing activities. If the company pay dividend, that is cash outflow from financing activities. So the basic purpose of cash flow is to understand how the company generates the cash and how the company is spending the cash. So there is an interconnection we can see. The income statement is mainly used to determine the profit, and we generally show the profit in the equity of the balance sheet, and we use the cash flow to explain the cash movements. So finally, at the end of this particular video, if you see, the complete accounting cycle starts with business transaction, then journal entry, ledger, trial balance, adjustments, financial statements. This complete is considered as accounting cycle.